Hey guys, I'm fucking back. Mind you, this is around 4 a.m. right now in the morning, so gonna keep it as quiet as possible while being as enthusiastic as possible, but I'm fucking back, man. Had a bit of time off. You can see I'm in a new space right now. I did move into my new place, so life has been very hectic. I have been trading throughout the whole time. Quite a bit of a journey, but this first video back will be just really going straight back to that weekly fundamental analysis, and I'll do another video catching up from, I believe it would have been October to now, which is March 2026. Not a good period in the meantime, which we'll run through on the next video, but let's just go straight into the fundamentals. So, I believe, yes, this is the right one. So this is my presentation, my usual presentation for the 16th of March to the 22nd of March. Just as per usual, guys, this is not financial advice. This is me just putting my thoughts out, doing my own trading, and obviously it's just for entertainment purposes. Do what you wish with it. Let's just get stuck right in. So as you guys can see, I've changed my COT reporting a little bit using this website right now, COT-reports.com, which is a free website where basically it's doing what I was doing in Excel, getting the contracts, the amount changes. It's actually a lot better than mine. So I'll use this moving forward just to see what the shifts are in the general trend for non-commercial traders, large speculators. We can see how I would use this is just looking at the percentage base. The net positions is good just to see how much volume's in the market, but for the most part I'll be using the percentage changes. So with USD, we've got an increase in long positions, a decrease in short positions, and also an increase in net positions. So very bullish for USD. Same thing with the Aussie, green, red, increase in net position, so a bullish bias for Aussie. Yen, a bearish bias. We've got increase in a decrease in long positions and an increase in short positions, plus a decrease in volume. So bullish for USD, bullish for Aussie, bearish for Yen. For NAS we got quite a neutral reading, more bullish than anything. We've got a decrease in short volumes and pretty much the same long volume. So you can see that swung into a bit more bullish bias with increase in volume as well. And then we've got gold, which is bearish. Mind you, gold is heavily long right now, bullish bias, so I count that as neutral. Not trading silver anymore and not trading any oil. So there's some good movement in the currencies right now. The gold and indices sort of markets right now are a bit less. I'm a bit less confident in them just with the bias and whatnot. So something to note. For data this week, and again, guys, I've been doing this. Like, I've still been trading. That I got to change the date of. That's actually in March. But anyways, we've got rates staying the same at 3.75. We've got core PPI being more bullish than forecasted. All in all, USD right now, we've got a neutral inflation, still bullish on economic, but bearish in labor market. So bit of a balance there. For Aussie, we had rates as well, and that was neutral. My apologies. So there's some editation I gotta do. Gotta really make sure I do this properly. This was on, I believe it was on the 16th of March. It was in March anyway, so I'll change that for myself. And this is neutral. Cash rates is neutral. Okay. And as you guys can see, I am doing this still manually on the fly. So you can tell that I am not doing this. I'm still active in what I do. Okay. Basically, we had neutral cash rates. We are increasing in the cash rates right now for Aussie. So something to keep in mind, inflation is still high. We've got strength in the economy, strength, and labour market's doing okay. So really, Aussie is quite strong. I am very bullish in terms of my bias for Aussie as a currency. So just something to note. Yen, we had rates with the yen as well, which was as expected. Yen right now is quite neutral. We've got neutral inflation. We've got decent economic readings, but a bearish labor market reading. That's the only reading we have for yen. Unfortunately, we don't have any employment change or anything like that, so we just go based off that. So nothing to really say about yen right now. Interest rates, and CPI. So as we can see with the normal dollar, US dollar, we're flattening out in terms of our interest rates. We're coming down in terms of inflation. So rates are relatively normal, inflation coming down. Actually quite a good market to start buying again, but in terms of stocks and indices, but for the most part, my economic readings, we're going to chill out on that. We can see with Aussie inflation, we're still quite, with a CPI here, we're still quite bullish, and it's up, trending up, and that's the reason why we've got our interest rates coming up as well as a means of that. So again, quite strong in terms of with the Aussie. And the economic data is still doing quite well, and the labour market's not too bad. So very, very strong for Aussie currency. Yen, we have CPI coming down. We have rates going up. Just, with the yen, it's a bit of a different situation. They had years of low inflation, so really trying to steady things. No change here. The only change here was employment for Aussie this week, which we've had employment, coming up. Unemployment rates was going down, but we did have a higher reading this time, which is, net bearish per se, but from the way I trade my technical data, this cancels each other's out. That's why my employment bias was neutral. So bias wise, we had COT being bearish for gold, bullish for US30, neutral for AU because they were both bullish for USD, bullish for AJ. Economic news, we go here, neutral inflation, which is okay for gold. It prefers a bearish inflation reading, but neutral is okay. We've got bullish economic news, which is not ideal for gold. We've got bearish US labor market, which is good for gold in terms of bullish. So they cancel each other out, no trades right now. My technical trend I'm using now just based off the moving average. If it's above, it's bullish. If it's below, it's bearish. And obviously to take into consideration past data to see sort of if it is actually trending or is it chopping in between bullish and bearish. So nothing on gold. US30, we have neutral inflation, which is good. Bullish US economic data, which is good as well. And we've got bearish US labor market, which is not good. I would actually consider trading long for US30, but when we go to the technical trend right now, it's below the moving average. It's really quite bearish. So we're on the sidelines for that. We're not touching that, no bias. AU is the COT cancels each other's out. They were both quite bullish. Economic news, I'm favoring Aussie. Economic bias, I'm favoring Aussie. Technical trends, bullish as well. We got long trades here. We got long trades here as well for AJ. UJ, we are on the sidelines. It's just too neutral, and these two are better trades, so better biases. So if we hop onto the charts, Okay, as you guys can see, I'm signed in with Black Bull now, so very happy. My trading has been a lot better as a result of that. But let's just jump on the charts. So let's go through the ones that I can't trade right now or don't have a bias. We've got gold bullish. It's actually coming bearish, so I need to change this. Gold is actually bearish right now. Gold is actually bearish right now. That's very interesting. So you guys can see we've got it coming down the moving average now. One big shot. It's still very bullish for the most part, which is why, and we're hitting a point of support here. So I'm not really going to trade this unless this breaks and we start getting better economic data. This is just on the sidelines right now. US 30. Take that off. Yeah, US 30, we're melting with US 30. So as soon as I have fundamental data backing me up in terms of it being bearish again with the sentiment, this would be a zone I'd be interested in. This is a daily resistance zone. Might be a potential trade in the future, but nothing for now. UJ, we're actually going up for UJ. Quite nice, I think, in terms of current trend for UJ. Again, if we get our fundamental data to back it up, we will be able to take longs. But right now, the main focus is AJ and AU. You can see a beautiful thing about logging into Black Bull is I've got these indicators now where I've took my trades. I did take a win and 2 losses, but that's for another video. Right now we are looking at the trend and we can see we are above moving average. Look at that, it's a beautiful trend. Let me get rid of that. And right now, all I'm looking for is it to retrace under the 50. Obviously, ideally we want to get somewhere to a nice zone. From a daily perspective, look at all this accumulation here. I want this to come back down here and potentially take a long position as it comes down and ride that out. So that's one. Second one is we got AU. AU, we zoom out, we are definitely trending up. We have this, again, accumulation mark. It's pretty unsure. I love this type of technical analysis because all I need to do is, as it hits an area that I like, put a stop loss there, let it do its thing. If it chops and chops, it doesn't matter, but eventually, like something like this, it will coil and spring up. That's just what the market does from what I know in the past. As it accumulates, it's going to explode in one direction. I actually was meant to take a trade there, but unfortunately things didn't happen the way it should have, but it is what it is. I'm gearing up for this one to potentially shoot up if it reaches my zone again. This is now a new rule. I've got fib retracements. I don't really care about the percentage itself, except I need it to be below 50% so that my risk to reward is higher. Essentially, I can scale, instead of a 1-to-1 here, it'll be a 2-to-1 here. So just the FYI, that's a new rule I've added and I've back tested it. It's a lot better. Going back on some of my trades, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? But yeah, basically guys, that is the technicals for the week. I'm going to go record back to back. So I'm going to be recording my up-to-date, where I've been, what my stats are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.